Unless they fucking like fade out.
Axel, I don't have a song. You open your own.
Man, everybody knows that. Be there. I want to play Ireland. Oh yeah, because we'll bring out all our ballads. It'll be like really emotional thing. I like that.
I'm gonna shoot you guys signing this, so sign it. So we like B-roll.
That's my favorite photo we've ever done. No, the spaghetti one is my favorite, I think. What'd you just do?
It's almost not my face. I hate that picture.
It's my favorite photo I've shot. That's me hanging out with Barbie though. Barbie did my hair and makeup that day. That's why it looks so cool. No one else knows how to do hair and makeup like that because no one else has that mentality of like heavy drugs and heavy rock and roll. It's like I wasn't on drugs, but I look like I'm annihilated because she's smart. She knows how to do it. Don't I? Look. Don't I look like I'm wasted? I know, it's like I sat there and like calmed myself down and stared at the ground and got my... Like what? Yeah. I like a little bit.
Hey, where's that?
I'm ready anytime, man. I like this bitch. Alright, so let's do this, man. I'm getting a headache.
Hey, let's do it. Hey, Flavor, let me see that black pen.
What is this for? Who?
Oh, those guys? Yeah. Hey, Floodman. What? Duh. Let me see that black pen.
What's this?
Why don't we start? You bring your glasses.
Are they mics? Do they need to be?
Is that the mic? Yeah.
Right, actually.
Yo, Mom.
What is this?
Start, Axel?
Sure.
Most people probably think it's kind of strange or odd that a band considered heavy metal would be going around the stores doing acoustic sets. Do you think the music still has the impact without the loud volume?
Oh yeah, well we don't consider ourselves a heavy metal band, we consider ourselves a rock and roll band. And so it's like, rock and roll covers everything. So we try to play as many things as we can learn how to play.
How did you choose the songs you wrote?
Well, some of the songs were written acoustically, and we'll be putting out an acoustic EP sometime late next year. And other songs, like a lot of the stuff was written originally acoustically, and then we take it into the studio and end up doing it electrically.
Wait, these are mine.
I don't ever really rehearse with the band.
Where'd you find them though? They're nice.
Great, you just blew everything.
I'll ask you this question again. So you were saying that some of the songs are written acoustically, and you're going to be putting them out on an EP?
Yes. Yeah. When we originally got signed, we recorded a lot of material acoustically, and then we've gone back in the studio and done some more. Just kind of like gone in one day and done it in one day. It's, you know, with this particular album, Appetite for Destruction, we wanted to put the rock and roll out first, the hard stuff out first, but you know, there'll be a lot of variation on the next records, all kinds of material. We won't ever give up the hard stuff, but you know, we'll venture into all kinds of new territories.
If there are so many.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, name anybody that you've ever listened to. If we've heard of them, they're an influence. You know, mainly, it's a lot of the 70s hard rock bands, like Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Alice Cooper, AC/DC. But, you know, I listen to everything from old Bessie Smith, Frank Sinatra, to Metallica's latest, you know, and to M.O.D., to Bananarama. It doesn't really matter.
How do you consider yourselves different from other rock and roll bands?
A lot of bands are scared to venture into any territory except hard rock, and it's a lot of guys who feel like, well, if I do that, I'm wimpy. You know, no, it takes more more heart to venture.
We do whatever. I won't say any curse words. So it's just we do whatever we want. We do what we felt like doing, and that's what we've been doing, and that's why people like us in the first place.
Why do you feel so many people compare you to Aerosmith?
Because it's sort of the same genre of style as
far as the hard rock, they're a blues-based hard rock band that are real American street level rock, and we're from America, and we like street level rock, so it's real similar.
From all over the place, like Seattle, Indiana, and England. How did you all get together?
We were the only 5 people that could actually. I mean, this was the only singer, that was the only guitar player, that was wherever they are. He's the only people I could play with to start a band with that I liked.
Same here. We went through so many different people, and this ended up being the people that we most believed in. We're like a family. We believe in each other.
How would you describe a Guns N' Roses live show?
It varies depending on how the crowd is. Sometimes the crowd's like mesmerized and they stand there and they don't move. Other times they're like a bunch of thrashers, you know, and so like it varies on how it's going to be. We just give everything that we have during the show to the point of like it takes a lot of time to recover afterwards.
Describe a city and then describe a reaction from us and then describe a reaction from the crowd, and that's what
you know, if you got a crowd of a bunch of stage divers diving off the balconies and stuff, that's how we are on stage. If they're all laid back and mellow, then we kind of get laid back and mellow and get into that groove. We play off the vibe a lot.
You've got a reputation for being really rowdy. Was it harder to break into the music business because of this dangerous element?
No, that's what broke us into it. The labels were looking for a new young band that was rowdy again.
We had I think 7 labels looking at us, right? And we weren't even looking for a record deal. We were just playing, you know? So what we did was we signed our deal on our own, you know, we said, well, this is what we want to do. We don't care for a record deal if you're not going to give us what we want, right?
So you don't feel restricted by being on a major label?
No,
we're not restricted at all. We have complete freedom. And then, because they like what we're doing, they like our music. It ended up like they ended up enjoying the music, so it's very good being on Geffen.
They're 100% behind us, so what else could we
The
ask?
people at Geffen are great.
You have such a dangerous rap. Are we rolling? Okay. Tell me something. If you've got such a dangerous and such a rowdy reputation, tell me something that you've done that's been wild, or tell me a story that somehow you've ended up in trouble.
I don't know. What do you want? What do you want? Anything. This guy, we rented vans. He goes out and wrecks vans and passes out in the middle of the street. We stayed at the Gramercy Hotel here, and one of our friends, West Arkeen, the guy jumped over the counter. His dad had a heart attack, and they didn't give him the message. And then when he yelled at the guy jumped over the counter and hit him. And then 3 guys jumped him that worked the hotel here in New York. So then he came up and got me. I went downstairs and 2 big guys come at me with clubs. So I grabbed a huge metal sign, you know, and it was like a showdown. They backed off, and then the cops came, and you know, that's like the most recent thing that's happened.
Tell me why there are 2 versions of the Appetite for Destruction cover.
Why do you think there's 2 versions?
Well, I have to get it on tape.
Well, because there's a lot of record stores and stores that sell your record that did not like the cover and had a different opinion of what it meant. And So we knew that was going to happen, but we wanted to get the cover out. So then we made another cover, and it's basically there's two covers because we didn't want to, you know, we weren't stupid. We didn't want to like limit our sales, and plus we like both covers, and it's fun having two versions out.
Plus it's a catch-22 because we put out the first record, right? We put out the first cover, sold so many, you know, with that, and then changed it, and the fucking first, or the first cover. The cover is inside the inner sleeve. Yeah, you so it's a catch-22, anyway. So it's like it doesn't really matter, you know?
Are you worried that people like the PMRC will object or
I don't
limit?
really care about the PMRC. I don't care. I think it's stupid. I think people that are voting for people, you know, don't deserve to have somebody's wife or something like that. That's not the person they voted for. I'm not voting for who this guy decides to be with.
The more stickers they put on records, the more records we sell.
Yeah.
It's the whole philosophy of being a teenager in rebellion, you know? The worse they get.
When the parents hate it, the kids love it. So it's like, you know, and then the parents end up finding a song they like, so I like that.
Yeah, they don't have a clue.
Are you looking forward to opening up the Motley Crue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 more days.
Oh, yeah.
3 or 4 more days.
Oh,
How did you
yeah.
end up opening up?
Well, we were going to do it on the original beginning of their tour, but we weren't ready yet. Our album hadn't been put out yet, and so they got Whitesnake, and they were real happy with that. But now Whitesnake is ready to start headlining on their own, and they like us and we like them, so it's like we're ready to do it.
We don't know.
They're like they're rolling out like the red carpet. I mean, they're giving us more lights than they usually give an opening act. They're giving us more monitors, more things. Yeah, they're really helping us because they're into what we're doing. And like someone told me the other day, Circus Magazine told me that Vince Neil said some nice things about us. He goes, "Besides, I figure that any kid that has a Guns N' Roses album has a Motley Crue album too, so this should be great."
It's probably,
yeah.
Think about it.
I think it'll be a good show for the kids.
The best tour. You know, I mean, for what we do, for what Motley Crue does, what we do.
It's pretty
like,
legit.
you know, putting it right together. It's like who else, you know? There hasn't been a rumble.
It's pretty legit and unpretentious and not aimed at top 40 radio. You know, it's aimed at just coming from the heart, rock and roll.
Do you think Vince being a teetotaler or at least doing these rad commercials will affect any kind of backstage antics during this
I think he has to do those because of other reasons. I wouldn't even want to get involved with this. Probably.
Yeah, and I don't think it'll affect us. You know, it's like we won't do anything to stir up any trouble on the tour. You know, in the hotel rooms is another story.
Living such a quote-unquote reckless life, do you think there's any danger of burning out too early? Do you plan on being around for a couple of years?
I'm not necessarily interested in the longevity as long as the music sticks around.
As far as I'm concerned, it's just as long as we believe in what we're doing. You know,
We care about each other enough to keep each other in line. You know, like I saved this guy's life a couple times this week.
What's your relationship to LA Guns?
Yeah, they're friends of ours, and like we used to practice in the drummer's studio. I was a original singer in an old version of that band. The guitar player in LA Guns, Izzy lived with him. He grew up. Him and Slash were like friends in high school and rival bands and stuff like that. And the name Guns N' Roses came about from Tracy Guns and Axl Rose, and I said, well, let's just call it Guns N' Roses. And then he went back to LA Guns, and I called it Slash and Steve, and you know, we just kept the name.
Do you have any plans for another album? The EP is coming out?
Well, the EP is planned, and then we've already talked with Geffen that we will record a double album whenever we're done touring, and hopefully we'll put out a double album. We'll see how it sounds, and if it's a smart move to put out a double record, because it's going to cost more. But we've got all the material ready for it, and we're still writing new stuff. So we have about 40 songs ready to go that we believe in.
I do a fashion segment on MTV called Addicted to Style. And do you want to talk about your tattoos or any kind of fashion
Fashion?
statement that seems to be consistent? draw out members of the band? You know,
Well, I'm wearing,
tattoos.
wear whatever's laying around the hotel when you wake up, you know what I'm saying?
Why don't you tell us about your tattoos and why they're...
A guy named Robert Benedetti does our tattoos on Sunset Strip. He does like Ozzy's, and Kevin Brady used to work there, and he did Motley Crue's and stuff. And it's like I think about a tattoo a long time before I get it. Like I got the one on my arm here before we had the album cover designed. You know, Geffen saw this and liked it so much that they wanted to do a cover. And I don't know, fashion is just like, I believe in wearing and doing what you want to do, not what someone tells you to do. You know, and that's what our fashion is. It's like hard. You go into a nice hotel, you're renting out a whole floor, you're playing a big show in a town, you know, like we're on the Cool Tour, you know, you're playing for like 10,000 people sometimes. And they won't let you in the restaurant because of the dress code, and there's no one in it. You know, what is that? You know, and this guy's making like $8 an hour. You're blowing him away financially and successfully, and he's telling you you're a bum. Schizo, see, I can turn it on or off.
No, but I get thrown out of everywhere, you know, for no real reason except for the fact that I like to get drunk and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much just whatever you wear, whatever you wake up in, and you just go and do what you gotta do.
About tattoos, don't go get a tattoo if you just to get a tattoo. Get something that you plan on having for the rest of your life. If you're going to get one, make sure it means a lot to you and you're going to have it for the rest of your life. You know, like when I come up with an idea for a tattoo, I think about it for a year. Do I really want that? Do I always want that on my arm? I'm not unhappy with anything I have. The only thing I'm bummed about is I got this tattoo right here, which is a Thin Lizzy album cover.